Hey guys, it's Grim here from Grim Gaming UK, and I'm not going to talk about the gameplay here. I'm actually going to talk about something a little bit different, and that is the Stealth Clown. Robert Bowling from Infinity Ward has left. Well, it's a huge shock in itself, but is it a great loss to Infinity Ward and the Call of Duty community as a whole? I don't know if it is. My personal opinion is that the damage was done at Infinity Ward when the guys that went off to form Respawn Entertainment left. They took 50% of the design team, or 50% of the team full stop, with them to Infinity Ward. That was a huge thing. That was when the damage was done at Infinity Ward. They patched it together, they put Sledgeham in... Sledgeham? Tasty Sledgeham. You just don't get enough of it nowadays. They put Sledgehammer with Infinity Ward to look at fixing the issues and bringing out a new game, which was Mod 3. I was firmly in the camp. I was one of those fanboys of Infinity Ward. I was always Infinity Ward. My God, I can't talk today. I've been in that window liquor bus yesterday with Cuddles. Infinity Ward always made the best Call of Duties, and you kind of had to take the... It was like you had a really nice bit of roast beef, and then you knew you had to eat your vegetables and the potatoes. You know, Treyarch with the potatoes, and Infinity Ward was the roast beef. And to be fair, that lasted until COD 4. COD 4 I played and loved. I think everybody did. It was tough. Good players were very good. Poor players were very poor. But it was fantastic. It was a really enjoyable game. An all-time classic, without a shadow of a doubt. But World at War came out, and I actually really enjoyed World at War. Don't get me wrong. I think if you started on COD 4 and you played that, there will be nothing that ever captures that moment again for you. World at War was fantastic. I play it a lot on the PC, because on the Xbox it's unplayable now. Lobbies have all been hacked, which is an issue on its own. I'm not going to get into that. I will have a huge grim rant about hackers, but that's not for now. But yeah, I think if you played COD 4, that's where your heart is. That's what you loved. And the same World at War, you'll say that was the best. In my opinion, because I played it, COD 4 was the best because it was such a leap forward from anything else we'd had. But World at War took the formula and recreated it in a World War II setting, and it was an amazing good game. It was really good fun. But I think because we'd already had that breakthrough moment in COD 4, it didn't seem that next generation. It didn't seem like, wow, this is another leap again. But it was enjoyable. Then, of course, you've set the ball rolling. We've got Infinity Ward coming up. You're like, yes, here we go. Now let's see where this goes. Now let's see, what next gen thing's going to come. What are they going to create from mod? How can they make COD 4 better? What are they going to do? And I think their heart was in the right place. It was such a big undertaking. I think that they thought, okay, everybody loved the calling in a UAV, and they loved calling in their helicopter and calling in airstrikes and so on. So why don't we ramp that up? Why don't we have more kill streaks, more support, more shit falling from the sky? We'll have helicopters, we'll have AC-130s, we'll have everything. Let's chuck that in. So yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you what, we want speed, we want a fast-paced game. We'll take out Juggernaut, because we don't need that. Take that out, okay? That'll make it more fast-paced, people die quicker, be fantastic. That's what we'll go with. So they took out what was a rusher's friend. It actually made people rush. I used to put Juggernaut on when I was playing Vacant, and I'd put that on, I'd put a shotty on, and I'd run around with a shotgun. But because you weren't using stopping power, it was counteracted. What they have to look at is that everything has to be counteracted by something. And that's the big issue. Apart from, and this is my only thing on this, the only time you should not counteract something is when somebody has worked for it. If I put two players on the playing field and I say, okay, you've got stopping power, you've got Juggernaut, they've picked their perks, they've picked their weapons, that's what they've gone with. Now we're assuming here that all weapons are balanced and everything is fair and even, but we know better. But that's what they've got, and then you say go for it. Go for it, see what you can do. Now I've actually jumped, I've missed Black Ops out, and my gripe now is with Mod 3. What they've done is they've said, okay, you are a poor player. Now don't get me wrong, on PC I am worst of the worst. Cuddles would kick my ass all day long, Call of Duty, on the PC. I'll accept that. On the Xbox, I'm half decent. I'm an okay player. I'm a 2+ KD player on Xbox. Certainly on Black Ops. Mod 3, I'm at 1.7, 1.8, I think. But anyway, what they've done is they've said, look, you're a mediocre player. What we're going to do is we're going to give you the means of taking any air support out. I don't know how many Reapers I've lost, or Pavlos or AC-130s I've lost, because the enemy team have chucked down a freaking 8-kill SAM site, which doesn't reset. So, stuff like that is annoying, because I've worked my arse off, and other players have worked their arse off to get this air support up. Now I don't mind if a guy has thought about it and he's got his air support class up, that's fine. That is making people think more about the game, and they're putting a class together that's anti-air support. So as soon as they die, they swap the air support back in, or they swap their anti-air class in, bang, take it out. That's fine, I can live with that. I'm playing against a smart player. Stupid players, poor players won't do that. But COD Mod 3 has pandered to that, and it said, don't worry, we'll take your hand and we'll give you all this good stuff, to the point where I always run Assault, and I now feel like I'm actually penalised for running Assault, because I'll get, into my stride, and I'll go, okay, here we go, I've got my, for instance, I played Domination game the other day, and I'd kept it in my back pocket, and I had a Reaper drone, I had attack chopper, and a Pred missile. I'd sat there and I thought, okay, I'm going to keep these in my pocket in case something happens, and I'll drop it. Not a problem, that's the way it works. Then I'd find out that one of their guys, who has been sat in a corner for most of the game, and to be fair, probably could have got an AC-130, because it was a game of domination, but he'd literally just been sat on the C flag, been sat there the whole time, and guys idiots on my team had just been running in, and even though he was in the same place, dying to him. But anyway, he EMP'd us, and we won, but I didn't get to call any of my air support him, that I'd worked my arse off for. That's annoying. But I've now gone off a completely separate rant about why kill streaks annoy me. But with regards to Robert Bowling, to get back on track, I don't think it's going to be a big thing, a big loss to Infinity Ward. I think the big thing is going to be is that potentially Treyarch are going to take over as the lead developer for Call of Duty, unless, I think you've got the Black Ops coming up next, Black Ops 2, and I think that will do well. I don't know if it will break the records, but saying that, Mod 3 broke a record again. Oh wow, this is an amazing game, fantastic. But its sales at Christmas were down. So, Black Ops sold more at Christmas, so it obviously sold less at the beginning. It broke the previous record, but still sold less than Mod 3. But then, it sold better at Christmas, so its continuous sales were better than Mod 3's have been. And I think you'll get a lot of the fanboys will stick with Mod. I don't think they'll go to Black Ops 2. My opinion was Black Ops was a harder game than Mod 3, but therefore I think Treyarch will take over as the lead developer. I really hope for their sake they're not going to do it. I think Robert Bowling will either be April fooling us all and go, I'm the laughing clown, and I'm actually staying, you're all stupid, now you control me, ha-da-la-di-da-di-da. The other thing you've got is that he will join Respawn Entertainment, which I really hope he doesn't, because I think Respawn could come up with something really fresh, really new. And I don't think Robert Bowling needs to just disappear from the public eye for a bit. Go and do game design. Go and be creative without being the public face of it. For his own sake, he's too branded with Call of Duty at the moment, and whatever he touches will be, oh fuck, Robert Bowling again. Oh god. And you don't want that. He wants to be his own man. Don't be associated with COD. Go just dip below the radar. Let Respawn do their thing. Don't, for the love of God, go and join them, because I'm really hoping they come up with something special and fantastic. Fingers crossed we come out with something new. I think Call of Duty's become like World of Warcraft. It's become the norm. It's become the standard. Everybody thinks they have to cough it for success. I'm hoping somebody out there will come up with something new, something fantastic that, which might be Respawn, that breaks the mould, takes what they've done, makes it better. Who knows? The future's bright, though. There's a lot of good stuff out there. But have a good one, guys. This is Grim.
What you want?